All right, good morning, traders. Today is December 18th, 2024. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land, everybody in cyber land, okay? Talking about Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everybody that kind of follows my content. Thank you for following me. All right, my SPY pivot this morning, 604.45. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed with a 2-hour downtrend and a 10-minute uptrend. SPY made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. FNGU and QQQ both made inside days, but both closed over their traps, over their 17s. All of the Fab 5 still in daily uptrends, even with the big pullbacks in Diamond Dow and IWM. Both of those made lower highs and lower lows, closing below bearish traps under their 17 EMAs. Not sure when they're going to find support. It looks like Diamond Dow's finding support. Gold in an uptrend made a lower low and a lower high, closing below a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. Silver in a downtrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. UNG in a downtrend did a huge bullish engulfing candle, closing over a bull trap and over the 17 EMA. Really nice looking candle on UNG. USO in an uptrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing inside a bullish trap over the 17. US dollar index in an uptrend closed near the 106.90 area. Hey, let's go look at some charts, okay? All right, let's go ahead and just minimize that. Okay, so the pivot this morning, 604.45, you can see it right here. I got a 30-minute chart up, okay? You guys see all of this? Because I'm gonna scoot down to a smaller time frame. All right, SPY underneath 602.94, okay? That would be green erases red, or red erases green. So underneath 602.94 is my entry on the southern direction, all right? That's where I'd want some puts. And the puts I would choose would be either 2 DTE or 9 DTE Friday options, $2 to $5 out of the money. Okay, those are the ones I'd choose. All right, on the upside, all right, SPY price over 605.25. That's my bullish green erases red entry this morning. Need to have a 10-minute uptrend. No doji candles, no topping wick candles. No red candles, okay? We want everything moving in our direction, all right? See how this is a nice green candle, all right? No topping wick candle there. That's a nice looking candle. So that's the one I would like to buy if I had one of those right there at the end of the cursor. See the follow through on that? And notice the big candle at the end kind of shows you what? That's probably the end of the move, right? Right at the downtrend line. Let's just move this up just a little bit. Actually, let's just go to a different chart. Okay, let's just do this. All right, same thing. Okay, now we got the trend line coming right across the top. Look at that. Smacked right into the trend line and got rejected. Where did it get rejected to? Right back down to the base, down here, 602.84. Okay, see that? Goes up there, hits that. So guess what? We're looking for rejection again this morning if we happen to get up there, right at the same spot on the trend line, all right? Now it's been poked once, twice, starting to look a little bit like Swiss cheese. Maybe they get through this morning. We'll see, all right? They got to get up there and consolidate and hold the higher ground. Okay, see how they got up here and held the higher ground over 605? That was our pivot the other day. See how they're holding the higher ground? Now they're getting kind of a breakout, so we want to see them come up here, break through, hold the higher ground. Right up here, 607.50. All right, that's what we're looking for. All right, so we're looking for a nice green candle, all right, preferably up over VWAP. All right, Nothing with a topping wick. Go back to the, again, no topping wick candles. You know, huge wick. It's got more wick than it has body and tail. All right, and then you don't want any doji candles. All right, doji kind of shows you something like this one. See, or this one could be a fat doji, could be a skinny doji like that one. Okay, that shows you kind of pause or a rest right there. Okay, so we don't want to buy into rest or pause because it could be ready to fall back down. So we're not looking for any doji candles. We're not looking for any red candles either, because that would be going in the wrong direction. So we want evidence that the bulls are stepping in, and they're stepping in strong. Okay, so there's the game plan there. Let's go look at the 10-minute chart. Let's pick up this one. Hit the 10. Okay, you can see into the close. If you zoom in right here, the thin yellow line is up over the white 8 EMA. All right, that's the faster moving average. So we have a 10-minute uptrend coming into the close yesterday. On the 2-hour chart, a little bit different here. The thin yellow line is underneath the white line. Okay, that's the faster moving average underneath all of this. But look at all these candles down here. Tail, 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 tail. Tails tell you where the buyers are. Okay, so right there, see all the buyers right there? Tail, 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 tail. Nothing but tails down here. Okay, so looking to come back up to this trend line, this downtrend line right here. All right, so 2-hour, obviously the faster moving average is underneath the 8 and the 17, so we have ourselves a 2-hour downtrend. All right, yeah, in the pre-market, again, just like the other day, all right, we have ourselves a 2-hour uptrend. All right, so we'll see what they do. Like to see them hold this ground right up over here. Okay, if they can hold that, keep bouncing up there and attacking this downtrend line, hopefully get on top of it and consolidate. That's what I'm looking for. All right, and we very well could find ourselves right back down here at this uptrend line. We'll see what happens. All right, on the daily chart. All right, let's pick up a cleaner one. Here we go. All right, so on the daily chart, this would be yesterday's candle. See that? Lower high, lower low, closing underneath a bullish trap. See the 3, the yellow, thin yellow line. Okay, up on top of the slower moving average, that would be the 8 EMA. So we have ourselves an uptrend there, or a bullish gap. That's what I call it, lower high, lower low. So we closed under the bullish gap, but over the rising 17 EMA. Okay, so we're still in an uptrend because we're making let's trash that out. We're making higher lows and higher highs, so we're still in an uptrend. All right, so we haven't gotten parabolic, hyperbolic yet, so we'll see what happens. So here's SPY, that's on the daily chart. Okay, still in a daily uptrend. Putting in nice bull flag, all right? There's a move up, hold the higher ground, okay? That's a nice bull flag right there. There's SPY on the daily chart. Hey, you know what? I don't look at the weekly chart all that often, but let's go take a look at it while we're here, okay? So, all right, so weekly trend, nice uptrend here. Notice the faster moving average, which is the 3. Up over the slower 2 moving averages, the 8 and the 17. You've got some space, all right, in between the price, the 3, and the other 2. So price and 3 up over the 8 and 17. So nice weekly uptrend. I don't see any kind of capitulation or hyperbolic. I do see this, okay? This is kind of a move I've seen lately. Is they put in an exhaustion candle followed by a 1, 2, 3, and here would be our 1, 2, 3 right there. So I just want to say, okay, just be careful, all right, up here. We have a lot of stuff that's moving in the southern direction, and I'm talking about T2123, T2122, Diamond Dow, and IWM, okay? FNGU is doing wonderful, but a lot of the rest of the market's kind of, well, I'm just having a pullback here, all right? So there's the 1, 2, 3, and I want you to see here on the 30-minute chart, okay? There's our three-headed bump. 1, 2, 3. So we very well may be setting up a consolidation. Notice how price came up here. Okay, price goes up, comes back down. All right. Let's just put a line in so you can see clearly what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's a channel line. And let's just see these two shoulders right here. Let's just call that the other channel line right there. Okay, so we've gone, going to switch back to yellow. We've gone up through, back down, back up. Need the arrow. Back up, back down, back up. Okay, back down. All right, we very well could come up, half back, and then down. All right, just be prepared that this may happen. All right, and on the southern side, if they decide to come down hard and fast, I gotta tell you, I'm looking at 380, 584. Okay, so you got this up, back, back down, and then they could stall out here. And just be prepared. They may slam it down. All right? All right? Just be prepared. All right? I'm just saying, at least recognize it when you see the red erase the green. Okay? Just be prepared for that. That's a possibility. Okay? Because I've shown you the weekly. On the weekly, they've done their exhaustion candle, then the 1, 2, 3 exclamation point. Okay? So just be aware of what could happen. And where's the support? Well, I don't see a whole lot of support till we get to this area right here. All right, so that's 584. Now we'll catch a little bit of a stall right through here. We'll catch a stall right in there. Okay, that's 597. Yeah, 597 right there. We'll catch a stall, or it could be right there. All right, 600. If we hit 600, we'll catch a stall there. The next stall would be probably right in through here. Okay, right there. All right. Hey, good morning, Chip. And then I think they're probably going to pull back to 584. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right, right now we're bullish. Got a lot of stuff is bullish. I haven't seen the parabolic activity yet. All right, so, you know, we're probably not done yet. We'll see what happens. We're bullish this morning, so we're going to stay bullish. All right, but I'm just saying recognize that this right here, you saw the channel may play out. You know, price goes up, back, and then the half back, and then slap down. Because if you bumped our head 3 times already, and we've hit 600, you know, that's the magic number. All right, because our last all-time high was, what was it, like 480. All right, let's go look how far back we were when we were at 480. Okay, I'm going to go out to the daily chart. That was an all-time high for a while, right there, 479. Okay, all of 2022, darn near all of 2023. Okay, right there, see it? See it? That was our, all right, and we've moved quite a bit past 480. All right, we're up to 600. That's 120. That's like a 30% move to the upside there. All right, and notice these things are getting, the highs are getting shorter and shorter here. See how the first one stretch, next one's not quite as stretched out, and then we get another little stretch, and now Now they're just little stretches up here, and pretty soon, like a stone skipping across the water, the skips get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter, and then eventually, the stone sinks. I'm not saying the market's going to sink, but I'm just saying be prepared for a sharp pullback, okay? All right, because remember, we went from 480, all right, back here all the way up to 60, 610, 609. We hit the magic number, 600. I kind of thought we were going to 620. We'll see, all right? We're still putting in. I mean, I got to recognize this and call this what it is, okay? That is a bull flag, all right? It still is a bull flag, so the outlook is still bullish, all right, for SPY, all right? So we'll see what happens, all right? Today's looking good so far in the market for the bulls right now. All right, so there's SPY on the daily chart. We saw the weekly chart. All right, let's go take a look at some other indexes. Start off with, let's go down here to Scratch. And let's go to, let's go ahead and just delete that one. You don't need all those drawings on there. Okay, so there's the Scratch. All right, it's definitely bullish. Let's go look at QQQ. All right, here's QQQ, all right, on the daily chart. You can see yesterday, all right, inside day, lower high, higher low, closing over a trap, all right, over the 17. I'm on the daily chart. Okay, so still bullish, moving up, holding that higher ground. Okay, there's QQQ. Nice candle there a couple days ago. Nice big candle. Not the kind of candle I'm looking for. I'm looking for something really big, like that. That's what I'm looking for. Big candle like that. Okay, that's a good sized candle. That's a pretty good candle, but that's an impressive candle right there. Okay, I'm looking for something like that to show me, the top, the parabolic, hyperbolic activity that shoots up. Okay, so there's QQQ. All right, QQQ definitely in a daily uptrend. You can see the faster moving average over the slower 2. All right, price in the 3 up here. All right, the 8 and the 17 down here. Got a nice space in between. All right, it's a bullish uptrend. Okay, all of the Fab 5 still in uptrends. All right, QQQ. All right, still bullish. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU. There's a nice candle too. All right, again. All right, price action. All right, you got price in the 3 up over the 8 and the 17. That's a good look. All right, bullish up here. Okay, holding the higher ground. I like that. All right, well, it looks like they're holding the higher ground so far. All right, so there's FNGU on the daily chart, daily uptrend, holding the higher ground. I like that. All right, so that's bullish. Let's take a look at IWM. Okay, a little bit different going on here. We still bullish, all right? We still in an uptrend, all right? Because we haven't made a lower low. We are underneath the 17. We are underneath the bearish trap, okay? We have been in an extended flag here. The flag is really getting long in the tooth. Up here was kind of nice. Nice little bull flag moving off to the right. All right, now they're starting to melt. All right. If they take out this low, they'll negate the uptrend and convert the downtrend. If they take out that low right there. All right, so we'll see what happens. All right. Could be finding some support. I don't know. All right, right through here. It looks like they are kind of trying to find support right there. That would be right there, this red candle. That would be the rubber band candle. All right, this would be the spike candle right here. And that free floating candle's the rubber band. Below that, get ready, we're probably going to roll over and start heading in the southern direction for probably a good part of 2025. So there's IWM right there, kind of melting off. That's a lot of days just kind of just drifting lower right through there, IWM. But still in an uptrend because it hasn't made a lower low. All right, but they sure put a lot of distance in between this low and that high. All right, so there's IWM. Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow kind of doing the same thing. They haven't made a lower low, so they're still in an uptrend. But ever since making this new all-time high right here, we've had multiple red days in a row. Finally, we got a doji pause. All right, so they could be pulling back. Maybe they're going to test the 8 and the 17, maybe just the 8, maybe both. We'll see if they're going to do that today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But again, moving up, just kind of melting, drifting lower. I think they're well underneath the midpoint of this move. See how they're no longer in quadrant 4 or quadrant 3, here's quadrant 2, and they almost spiked into quadrant 1, okay? See, this is not a good look. They've lost most of that, all right? They would have to get back into the upper third, which would be on top of this peak right through there for me to get inspired enough to say, okay, I'm interested in Diamond Dow. All right, so we'll see what happens. There's Diamond Dow kind of melting off right through there. Okay, not in a daily downtrend yet, but definitely pulling back and underneath the 17 right there. All right, so there's Diamond Dow. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. Start off with T2122. Not a good look. We spent the whole day yesterday, all right, in the oversold zone underneath this downtrend line. And you can see what lower highs produced was lower lows. Notice the lower high from this point up here produced a lower low. Lower high, lower low. See the point? Lower high, lower low. Lower high, here's a low, lower low. See what I'm saying? So we got caught underneath this downtrend line. I don't know how long we stay in here in the oversold zone. We could camp out here for a couple days. We could camp out here for a couple weeks. All right? So it's a possibility. We'll see. Like to see price action jump out of here and make their way back to the midpoint at least. We'll see what happens right now. This is most of the stocks in the NYSE, all right? Just having a pullback right now. T2123, that's a lot of weird price action right there. Almost looking like buyers are stepping in. See the wide candles there? That almost looks like buyers are stepping in right here at major support. All right, notice we're breaking through major support, and we kind of closed yesterday. I think we closed, oh no, we didn't. We closed underneath it. We were up here when I was reading it last night, but it looks like we closed down here. So underneath the major support, not a good look, all right? That's a downtrend on T2123, all right, because we made a lower low. All right, see the distance between the rolling over 200 SMA and the price action. All right, and you can see we were selling for most of the day, red from beginning of the day to the end of the day with a little VWAP challenge right here in the middle of the day. And then they just kind of moved and melted lower. But you can see that's a possibility. Buyers are stepping in here, so we could have a good day today. All right, if buyers are stepping in here, we could see a really good day. I'd like to see a challenge of the 200 SMA. All right, at least fill the bearish gap. All right, notice we're not filling these bearish gaps. That's not a good sign for the bulls. Bearish gap not filled. bearish gap not filled, bearish gap not filled, another bearish gap not filled, big bearish gap not filled, okay? Like to see us start filling some of those gaps. Like to see a bullish engulfing candle. We'll see what happens. Today's looking bullish so far. There's T2123 on the 15-minute chart. We're going to look at the same product, okay? Only this one's on the 3-bar chart, all right? That's this whole day separated into 3 equal segments of 2 hours and 10 minutes, all right? It's 130 minutes. So here's price action coming down, and look, and lo and behold, it's smacking this rising 200. So here's another reason we've got 2 major indicators lining up in the same spot, and price is coming down to it. I do expect a bounce here. All right, not saying we're going to get it, but I do expect it, and this morning's kind of showing up a little bit with that bullish over the pivot already. All right, so there's T2123. You can see right here, there's the major support of this consolidation between here, and you can see we're hitting the major support and the rising 200 at the same time. Again, expecting a bounce. We'll see what happens. And when they bounce, let me just say, they can really bounce it. You can see what I'm saying? See how high? They're capable of really putting some money behind them and really just pushing price way up there, okay? They have the capability of doing it. So, in other words, if they don't do it, all right, kind of get ready for probably a market pullback sell-off, all right? So there's T2123. FNGU, all right? Yesterday, inside day, notice here, red from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Little VWAP challenge there. See how they, underneath VWAP, they wanted to get over it. They couldn't break the rubber band candle, and they found themselves back underneath it, all right? So there's FNGU. Notice up over the rising 200 SMA. Nice look for FNGU on the 15-minute. Whole lot of space here still between price action and the rising 200 SMA. Looking good. Like to see more green balls show up this morning. Hopefully take up and challenge that high. We'll see what happens if they want to re-challenge that high on FNGU. That would really kick it into gear for SPY and QQQ. All right, let's go take a look at precious metals. All right, I got a lot to get through, and I'm running out of time. All right, so we're going to run through them quick. Silver in a downtrend, okay? They got themselves in a downtrend by making lower lows. All right, they still have not made a higher high. They would have to take out this high. But they failed. So now they have to take out this high to get themselves in an uptrend. Yesterday's candle, lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap under the 17. All right, so there's silver still in a downtrend, showing a head and shoulders pattern right now, okay? There's the black head right there, and then right shoulder, left shoulder right there, showing a head and shoulders. All right, let's go take a look at gold, GLD. Gold in an uptrend, but not moving up. All right, they made a higher high right here. Ever since they made that higher high, they haven't been moving up. They've just been moving back. Now they're showing a little mini bear flag right here. Price action, lower high, lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap, underneath the 17 EMA. So gold in an uptrend, but not moving up. All right, but I do like a little bit of this. Price action moving up and holding this higher ground, but I don't like this double failure right here, right there, right there. Okay, don't like that at all. All right, so we'll see what happens. There's gold in an uptrend, but not moving up. Still underneath the bearish trap. All right, see that. All right, so now let's go take a look at UNG. Now, UNG put in a really beautiful candle yesterday. Okay, you can see they got themselves a lower low and a higher high. Total outside day, bullish engulfing All right, right there. I like it when the bullish engulfing takes out like 1, 2, 3, 3 candles. That's the kind of move I like to get behind. But look at this. They got themselves some follow through this morning. All right, so maybe back up to, well, look for them to come up to the top of that body right there today, 1506. All right, look for that. That could possibly happen, 1506. All right, UNG still in a downtrend because they failed to make a higher high here. All right, and they got themselves in a downtrend by making a lower low. All right, this was the low. All right, and then they turned around and made a lower low, so they got themselves in a downtrend. And then they failed to make the higher high right there. All right, so they're still in a downtrend, but but look at this, they're not moving down. See how they're moving up? See how the lows keep getting just a little higher each time. Okay, so nice move there for UNG. I think up to the body right here. Actually, put it that way. Okay, right up to the body up here. I think that's where they go. Either today or tomorrow morning. All right, so there's UNG on the daily chart. Still in a downtrend, but not moving down. All right, let's go take a look at USO. Look at a few sectors. All right, USO still in that consolidation wedge as far as I can see. All right, price action. You can see right here. There's the wedge. Right through here, there's the wedge. They're trying to break out, but they're not. I'm not seeing like that full money behind it, jail breakout kind of thing. All right, they just seem to be just drifting and wandering. All right, so breaking out of the wedge on the north side, made a higher high here, so I guess they're in an uptrend still. All right, notice the higher high. All right, from right here, there's a high. They made a higher high. They even made a possible higher high than that. So they're still in that uptrend, but it's not a very convincing uptrend for me to be inspired with right here. So I'm neither bearish nor bullish at this time, leaning towards the bulls because I see the bullish breakout of the wedge, but it's not a very convincing breakout there. Okay, maybe if they got themselves up over this area right through here, it'll look a little, I'd be a little bit more convinced. If I could see some, we see some green erase the red because we came from here and we came down. See, I'm not seeing that yet. I want to see green erase red. So, somewhere up here, that would be a good spot for me to be inspired to see some holding of the price action up there for USO. Not seeing it. All right, not seeing it yet. All right, let's take a look at a few sectors. Start off with SMH. SMH now in an uptrend. They made a higher high right there. Okay, in an uptrend. Price action, let's take a look at it right here. See up in quadrant 4, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. Good look for SMH up in quadrant 4 there. I like that. It's got themselves in a bull flag, all right? And they're kind of holding that flag together sloppily, but still up there. So I like that. SMH, kind of bullish on SMH. I like that a lot. Okay, XLK, another good looking chart. That's our technology sector. Okay, see how nice uptrend there. Price up over the price in the 3 on top of the 8 and the 17. I like that. I like this price action kind of holding, price moving up and holding this higher ground up there. I like that. That's a good look. All right. They tied the all-time high. Looks like yesterday. Well, maybe they beat it. I don't know. Let me see what we got. I think they may have beat it. High, 241.88. High, 241.65. 241.88. All right, so they tied the high yesterday. All right. That's not a, it's not, doesn't get any better than that, but it's one notch below it, XLK. All right? That's pretty darn close. I mean, almost making a brand new high. All right? So XLK looking nice and strong right there. All right, let's take a look at a few other sectors that don't look so good. Let's take a look at XLI. XLI making a lower low. All right, so in a downtrend, breaking the uptrend line, having a pullback down here in quadrant 3. All right, XLI in a downtrend right now. All right, but still in quadrant 3, just kind of neutral. XLU. All right, making a lower low in a downtrend down here in quadrant 3, like XLI. XLE. XLE moving up, giving it up, back in quadrant 1. All right, not a good look for the bulls down here. Okay, had an uptrend, broke through the uptrend, well below the all-time high anchored VWAP. Almost looking like exhaustion there. That looks like the doji turnaround candle. Probably comes back to midpoint. We'll see what it wants to do. We're back to the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right. They were looking good to come up here and challenge that high, and they did. All right. Then you got that look. You can see it right there. Those two green candles, tweezer top, right up there. Okay. So after that, coming back to find support. In the major support area of all this pullback right here. So there's XLE in a downtrend, XLI downtrend, XLU downtrend. Let's take a look at XLF. All right, XLF moving up, giving it up. All right, but guess what? Still neutral, still in the upper, see it's still in the upper third. All right, but they got themselves in a downtrend yesterday. They made a lower low right here. Okay, so there's a downtrend on XLF underneath the all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Need to turn this thing around. I don't know if they get it done today. All right, so XLF now also in a downtrend with XLI, XLU, XLE. All right, here's a good-looking sector right here. XRT. Keep an eye on Walmart. Keep an eye on Amazon, keep an eye on Costco. See this nice move up? All right, this is what I like to see. Move up, hold that higher ground up there, up in quadrant 4. I like that. XRT, holding the higher ground. All right, looking for another move to the upside like that. Okay, I like XRT. It's looking good up here. All right, up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. All right. Here's the all-time high anchored VWAP, and that was set way back here in 2021, post-COVID, right there. So like to see price action get back up there. So we still got some room to move back up there. So we could see a nice bounce. We'll see what happens. This is looking good on the XRT. Notice we got ourselves a bull flag coming up here, then a 10-month consolidation. Okay, now we're looking for another move up. All right, that's what we're looking for. All right, so far they're off to a good start. They're in an uptrend. All right, they're creating a bull flag. They're holding the higher ground. They're up in quadrant 4. I like that. All right, let's take a look at last one. All right, this is a doozy. All right, IYT, transports. Transports just really sucking eggs here. All right, making a lower low. They're in a downtrend, breaking the uptrend line. Underneath the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, underneath the high anchored VWAP, all-time high anchored VWAP. Down in quadrant 3, just not a good look for IYT. Just totally, and topping wicks to boot, all right? Transport's just really just losing it right here, okay? So we've lost. We don't have the financials are bullish, but now in a downtrend. Transport's in a downtrend. But we do have technology and semiconductors in an uptrend, okay? So it's 50-50, so we probably going to chop around here, up here at these highs, maybe a pullback to 585, 590, 600, and then just keep moving back and forth between 605 and 595. That's what I'm kind of expecting in the future, unless, of course, we can spin things around. We'll see what happens. There's IYT on the daily chart. All right, let's take a look at our economic package. Okay, dollar still bullish. All right, dollar closed up here. Still in that bull flag on the dollar. Move up over to the right. See them holding the higher ground. All right, dollar still bullish. We don't like a strong dollar. Dollar closed up here, 106.90. All right, still kind of just moving up and holding the higher ground there. All right, so dollar's still bullish. All right, let's take a look. That's not good. Earnings. All right, for earnings, what do we got? Today's Wednesday. Micron's going to report tonight, $120 billion. Lennar, about $80 billion. All right, they're going to report tonight as well. All right, so probably not going to move the markets with this. All right, Thursday, ACN, Accenture, $223 billion. They're going to report in the morning. Nike, 114. They're going to report in the evening. Cintas, 85. They're going to report in the morning. Probably not going to move the markets, but you can see some familiar names: FedEx, Cintas, Nike, Accenture. All right. Again, Darden Restaurants. Again, some familiar names, but probably not going to move the markets with these earnings. This is Friday. All right, Carnival's going to report. Again, some more familiar names. You got two Carnivals there, about 60 billion, 66, 65 billion. All right, not going to move the markets, but it'll be interesting to see how the transports. So Carnival's in the transports. You got FedEx is in the transports. Darden's probably going to be in retail. All right. Paychecks, probably retail. Okay. See a whole lot of CarMax. See a whole lot of familiar names, Lamb Wesson, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Friday, I said Carnival. Monday, who do we got? BHP's still looking for the P&L. Not sure what time they're going to report. They look like an offshore company. So we'll see what happens with them. $129 billion. Again, nothing else is going to move the markets. All right. For Max Payne, let's see what we get for Max Payne today. Max Payne is 604. All right. That means it's a pullback. All right. Max Payne 604. Put the call. Looks like 1 1/3 puts for every call. And those are the puts and calls that expired today. So we're up here, I think, right now on SPY. Let me just check. Oh, SPY's pulling back. We were up at 606. Now we're pulling back. All right. So be careful today, guys. Economic calendar today. FOMC is going to make an announcement at 2. And then the presser at 2:30. Okay. This is part of the main event this week. We got GDP and the FOMC announcement. It's going to talk about rate cuts and rate hikes. All right. So at 2 o'clock. Could get very volatile. 8:30 tomorrow morning, probably going to be really volatile with GDP, all right? Not to mention GDP is highly dependent on a weak dollar, and we have not had a weak dollar, and GDP could come in really, I'm going to say really cold, all right? And could cause the markets to freeze up and fall, all right? Jobless claims, 8:30 tomorrow. Philly Fed manufacturing, 8:30. Existing home sales, 10 o'clock. Lending indicators, leading indicators, 10 o'clock. Gas report at 10:30. This morning, MBA mortgage applications at 7. Housing starts and permits, 8:30. Current account, 8:30. Atlanta Fed business inflation, 10 o'clock. Petroleum report, 10:30. On Friday, quadruple witching. That means we're going to have 4 different types of options that are going to expire on the same day. All right. Personal income and outlays, 8:30. Consumer sentiment at 10. And a rig count at 1. All right. That's it, traders. All right, everybody. I'll take questions in the room, and if not, got a big video to render. All right, so I'll see you guys in, let's just call it 40 minutes. All right, try to get back on. You guys got the marching orders. You got the game plan. You know what to look for. All right, so I'll see you guys in about 40 minutes. Unless you got questions, I'll take questions. All right.